Hello, travelers, and welcome back to our big, beautiful airport. We have a problem. I was going to fast forward more time. For those of you who have been following the series closely, you know that we designed this last little bit, and I threw a bunch of chairs at this and was told that I have too many chairs. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm not 100% agreeing because, we got a couple chairs here, but these are all going to possibly be much bigger planes. And we don't have enough chairs down here necessarily for all of this. And so having these chairs really won't be that bad. Now, I know I don't have any vending and all, but I don't have the money for any more foundation. So, I don't think it was worth putting in foundation here. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to build all of this out, this whole area. But we have to get the bottom floor done before we can get over to here, which is okay. But then I can get like this whole area built. And we can talk about this. And then remember this too. This is my plan for down here is that, our security may be up here in the future. But first I want to get all this built. So don't worry. This is far from finished. But I had this flashing thing and I was going to ignore that. I always come in, I kind of see what's going on. And I figured I might work out that issue. But I came over to this plane because I noticed these people were sitting in here when I was playing time and they're not moving. Right, and then I remembered, oh, that's right. We had this, we had this problem where they're sitting there and they're not leaving. Here, I'll show you. Right, they're going to sit here. We're going to get the message here in a minute. Oh, wait, yeah. See, we're having a problem. Right. Okay, they just got in line. I guess that's because I just reloaded the game. It was actually last night. Sometimes I do this. I'll play the game a little while, the in-between part, and then plan on recording. But the dishwasher was running, so I didn't record. But here we go. So, this guy's going to end up sitting here, and they're not going to load any because they only have the one of 3 flight crew. So, I did notice that if we click on this and hit highlight passengers, right? This is what we were talking about at the end of the last episode. Let me pause this. So here's all the passengers, and then I read the Steam forums, and they said one of the bugs that you can get is that if you don't have enough transportation, they might not drop off the pilots, and then if they miss their time slot, they never will. But otherwise, go look for the yellow stars. Well, I never noticed the yellow stars. Look, they're in this pile, right? So let me come up here, and we're going to go... Yeah, project urgent, right? And then let's play some time for it. I just want to show you this. We're on double fast forward over here. So I thought, okay, well, let me, I could see that those pilots are stuck here, right? And then, here, I'll just be quiet for a minute. There we go. Let's go to normal speed here right now. Not 100% sure, but notice that they're all still sitting there. Oops. Yeah, we'll come over here to zones, and then we'll do security zone. And we'll let that last bit get done, and then notice they're all still sitting there, like they're hung up on the zone. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Watch this. Yeah, as soon as that guy gets done. I don't know if they're hung up on this block, if that's the problem. Come on. Yeah, see, look. So something to do with the security zone causing a problem there, right? Boom. So now, watch this. Let's close that. Look at that. It's like this mass of people. Let's come over here. It's probably not quite as bad as it was because I had played some time forward before I figured this out. But that whole mass went up to there and slammed into that. But look at this. It's like something you would see at a wedding. At least in America. Do you guys do that in Europe where you do that? I don't know. I think rather dumb, follow each other around the wedding dance thing. There we go. So that look good. I almost wish you could put a plug of people into there because you get an idea of what they do. See how they're jamming up here, and then so some of them make the decision to go over here. And then, because this is just a regular set of steps as opposed to the escalator, and then so some of them start coming back from here. So it's kind of interesting to see, what happens when you get that mass of people together all trying to go to the same place. So we definitely don't have enough steps for that many people to go and do their thing. Now, one of the other things, so that was the drama. Like I said, I really was planning on playing forward some more time to let things get built, but we did. Let's finish up the zone. Yeah, so this will be our security zone. Do we want to put in some more? And we have some bucks, right? And then everything else they can build at regular speed. But one thing I was thinking about is probably could get rid of one of these agent desks over here. Right, because this is right now only going to be the tiniest of things. And I'm hoping that that flashing thing down there, which is definitely, it is flashing for, like, don't have enough staff. We need 2 more. So let's see what happens when they get all these deleted is what I was going to do. Because we have these 2. I'm not sure if it's counting that for some reason. Right? And then, like, once we get these put in. Because when I came here and looked earlier, like, we seem to have staff everywhere we need them. At least at all the gates. So, did we not have them downstairs? I didn't look. No, we got them all. It seems like we have enough staff. I don't know. Well, let's put in some more security, because that's something we can do. And then I think I will probably pause the recording. Oh, that's not how we do it. Right, well, I'll just see if that message goes away. And other than that, nothing too exciting. Objects. Yeah, let's do ops. Just, I think it'll be a little easier to find them all. Yeah, then we do bag scanner. Now, some of the reason for doing this, even though we're going to move the security, is to make it hopefully a little bit easier. We do a metal detector. Do ID check stand. So that didn't hurt our money too bad. And then we'll have to do some queues out here and some decorations. Alright, so we were doing queues that were 3 wide. So this speaker, yeah, that speaker needs to go. I'm not sure, do the speakers help that much? I don't know, and I don't know, do they help when they're in this area? So we need to get that gone. But we'll do what we can in the meantime. I think we've been doing them like this. One more forward. I think that's right. And we can do all our decorations that we want. Put that speaker in the way, and then we'll just put that decor. And some flight displays. Now, I don't think I put oh yeah, I guess I was putting a flight display in between each one. Yeah, why not, right? Why be cheap? There we go. Yeah, so now we just have to put that one more queue in. And that should be pretty good there. And then, obviously, we have to save up some money. So I wasn't going to run too much time forward, but I did want to see what happened. Now, let's go upstairs and make sure... Yeah, so we don't have hardly any planes here. So that's going to be another thing. Maybe for this episode it'll be good. You know, let me get the extra security in, and then we'll see what time it is, but we may reschedule the planes for tomorrow. How does that sound like a plan? And that way we don't have to worry too much about the money. If we have money, it's fine, but let's try to get that rescheduled, and we'll see about, you know, making sure we have enough. Because we're going to have that extra security zone. The question is, will we have it by tomorrow, right? Because there's still quite a few things for them to get constructed here. Okay, so here's where we don't have enough people. Well, we just fired the one, or whatever. Right, it's okay. Well, we'll hire 2 more. I'm okay with getting rid of that message, even though we don't have the gate in and all that stuff anyway, right? But I don't want it to mess up like other places. All right, so let me just, you know, fast forward some time here, and I'll come back when all of this stuff is built, and we'll get ready to see about at least, you know, seeing what we can do to increase some traffic here. All right, see you guys in a few minutes. All right, I made a mistake. Let's come down into here. I want to keep an eye. Right at 11:30, I want to stop this process. So let me come over to here, and I need to demolish all of these because one of our queues, and let's go to queues first. If you look, this queue is only like a partial queue because all of these queues should be off by a little bit more, right? So I can either get rid of these decorations or get rid of these decorations, right? If I move these two down, these two queues down. So I think what I want to do is, but we need to get rid of all of the decorations, right? So that we can then move these queues down. Let's come over here to planning and clear this yellow out because it's a little confusing looking. And then we're going to need more people. So for right now, we're doing okay. But there you go. They're getting. I missed tomorrow. Really? I was going to stop it at 11:30 because I wanted to show you guys how much fuel cost us, right? Just because, you know, it's interesting, I guess. And I missed. I don't think we can schedule the planes. That's all right. I'll just play Ford tomorrow. That'll give us plenty of money. Maybe we'll go build something now. Like, just it won't take long. I just want to plop down some more terminal upstairs, right? So we'll let these guys get in here and take that stuff out. Let's go back upstairs, and then we'll redo those queues. So what do we want to do here? I guess probably I would build the next section right over here. Let's see what this will cost us. All right, foundation. Yeah, so that's going to be a good chunk of our change right there. Put us into the negative, which will go, before the end of the day, we'll go right back in the positive. So see, that's going to be the name of the game now. And then I want to get downstairs and build some more foundation. We can work towards getting these gates that are going to be here. See that? So now I might end up moving, moving those down one because, well, now, you know what? That gate will be right here, won't it? Because I think they're the same. If we go to these, because these are going to be our extra large gates, right? So we would have it like right there. Yeah, so that'll be fine, actually. Yeah, this one will be there. And then we don't have the landing space, so we need a lot of money. But we're starting to rake it in too, so I don't feel too bad here. All right, so there we go. So we spent our money, and these things we should all have, right? So we should be able to move them. Now, why are you? What's your issue? You don't have a toolbox. Okay, well, we're going to work on that too. It's fine. I don't know that I need everybody. So toolboxes for repairs, right? Yeah, and then I was afraid that this would happen. I was sort of holding off. Yeah, you know what? We're in the next day, so let's go there and see. We need 15 more. All right, that's quite a bit more change. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, let's just fast forward some time. We'll get that done, and then I'll fast forward to tomorrow, and we'll come back and we'll start. I think. Yeah, I don't want to rush it. I didn't want to eat up too much time. There we go. What happened there? Did you see that, or was that just me? You guys can go. I can't rewind the video because I'm doing this live, if you know what I mean. But didn't they just all change to being taken care of like that? All right, so let's go. I don't need to be paused, but let's just go to regular time. Utilities queue. So we're going to get rid of these, and I'll just. Rid of queues is kind of particular, huh? There we go. So now we should be. I think we can do this with these in. Oh no, I messed up. This one. And this was the problem right here, is that this one had to be right where that stuff was. You can see where the boxes are. All right, and I'd rather have it this way. And if you guys know me by now, I'm definitely more one of those do it once, do it right. If you're gonna do it, you know, like don't come back here if you, because that would just have made people less happy in the long run. All right, so we'll put some trash cans in. Right, and then we can't have anything down here. And I think, like, again, these people should pick up happiness from this one, but I feel like that spreads the happiness out a little bit more evenly, which I'm not sure how much that really even matters, but let's go and... All right, and then we can't put one there. All right, so then now let's do our decor. All right, so we should have some extra decor we could put someplace. Now, at times I was putting decor in here. We're going to get to decor in the place up, but keep in mind, like, all of this I plan on moving, or at least a good chunk of this at the very least. So we'll see. We might get fancier, but we have our overall plan of security upstairs. And right now we just have to get this built. But let me just fast forward a day. That'll give us some more money, which, you know, we're in the negative now. And then, you know, I'll watch this. I don't know that we're going to do anything with this when we come back, but at least it'll be built. And we'll see how much money we have after one day. What did we have for profits yesterday? Right. 123, but we did spend 67,000 on materials. All right, so, you know, 180, which isn't too bad. And I think yesterday was kind of a messed up day with those pilots and whatnot, so hopefully we'll have a better day today. And these guys will get this done, and I will be back, I promise, before midnight, if we can get these planes rescheduled. I thought I would bring you guys back to show you this mess. We have hundreds and hundreds of people underneath of this pile, and it's, I don't know about hundreds and hundreds. We got quite a few of them in there. A couple, these planes just kind of all came in at the same time. So, yeah, when we think this through, we're definitely going to need to think about more people. Now, they're not tending to go over here. They're just standing in this line. So what that's telling me is that, you know, there's certainly a limit to how far they're going to go. Now, I don't think there's actually that many, but there's, you know, quite a bit. And let's go downstairs and see what it looks like down there. Yeah, they're just slower going down, and this is the up escalator. Yeah, they're just not coming over to this down escalator over here, so they're just all stacked up there, which, you know, I guess is spreading them out further. Sometimes, I know, you know, like I watch a show on traffic engineering, and sometimes they actually will cause things like this. Like, in other words, it's better for the whole system if you had a jam up here, say, right? And then it spreads the traffic out later down the road, so to speak. So in other words, you don't get slammed over here, but I don't know why we wouldn't want to get slammed over here in this case, right? Like, in other words, it might give a little bit more time for bus pickups, and you'd have less problems here. Like, they gotta wait for their luggage here anyway, so slowing them down a little bit doesn't hurt. That kind of thing, like, you know, to get everybody into the same timing. But I'm sure our security's in good shape. So, in any event, I just thought I'd come back at this moment and show you that. And I'd like to go ahead and pause time. And let's come in here and let's just take a look to see, did we get everybody out today? Because I feel like everything went well, yes. So it looks like, oh, well, these guys are there now. But why are you orange? Is that right now? Actual arrival. Well, you're not late. What time is it? No, it's only, so you're just loading. Okay. Well, so we seem to be in pretty good shape. So the one thing I want to get up is this, right? So we can see what we can do. We have gate. Oh, you know what? Let's rename it. Yeah, so we got this gate built. I did sneak that in on you guys, I think. So this is going to be A1, right? So we'll have A1 to A3. Eventually we'll get rid of this one. We're just going to kind of ignore this one for now because it's just not hurting us. And until we start actually constructing over here, we might as well just take their money on the smaller gate there, right? So we'll do this to the bigger gate here. So we have a whole nother gate to mess with these things. Right, but then let's go ahead and take a look. Is it in here? Yeah, the transport capacity, I think. Now, I don't know if this is showing us today's or tomorrow's, but I'd like to try to see if we can even this out. Like, and I don't mind that we have a peak here at that time, right? But then it seems like we could have more planes here. So I want to go just by this and try to get this up so that they're, you know, a little more even and maybe even up a little bit higher. Right, what is this? 150. Yeah, so do we want this above there at all times? I'm thinking that we might, so as to not miss passengers. We certainly don't want the average to be above that, right? Now, can we leave that open and get to this? If I move this... I don't want to move this down too much, but yeah, I should be able to do this, right? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we can come here, and then let's just see if we move this flight, yeah, to A1, right? Let's just see, did that change? Well, I need to look at the number. Let's see. Let's come back here again. All right, so this number is 191. Let's just see if this, yeah, like if we move this one over to here, does that change this that quickly? Yes, absolutely. All right, so that's definitely making our peak demand later in the morning. Oh, good. So I just wanted to make sure that was that accurate so that we could... All right, well, let's put this guy back in there, right? We'll put him back where he was because he's a good flight. But what that's telling me is we could move some of these back. Oh, that's an A. Yeah, I don't want to mess with these. All right, so like these guys could come back to here. Yeah, we really don't have too much demand at that time. What is this guy? He's a... Let's move him to 6:30 and see what that looks like. What time is this? 7:30. So we really don't have much demand at 6:30 at all, do we? Well, I guess it's when they leave. Yeah, so the problem is when they leave. I'm thinking, I bet you that's the... Not necessarily when they leave, but like in the middle. Like, in other words, I can't think of it as like when they get there. Yeah, so we could move this guy back. So let me go through this, right? Let's see. You can see what I'm doing, right? So this is 7 o'clock, and then, yeah, if we move this to 8, what happens? Yeah, we really didn't affect the 7 o'clock at all. So the 7 o'clock is high because of this guy, and he's an A, and I don't care about him, right? What if I move this guy up here? Yep, see, that made that higher. So we're going to move this guy back down here. Now, the other thing is maybe we just ramp this up more, right? Let's do buses every 15 minutes. That's the max we can do. After this, we're going to have to do light rail service. So that might become one of our priorities there. Just to get some light rail train tracks in. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. All right. So, yeah, we're pretty well pushing it. Let me see if I can just spread it out a little bit, but I think we need to get some light rail in, is what I'm thinking. I mean, we could spread these things out a little bit more, I think, but you know, I don't know that we're doing necessarily bad at this point anyhow. Just looking at that, I think what we really need is to get more, right? Why can't I get more to come in at 7, right? Like I want to get, or maybe this guy has a different leaving time. Will he? Yeah, that did bring that up a little bit. Yeah, because see, this guy actually leaves at like 8. Yeah, so let's see. Again, I'm not worried about these little guys too much. Maybe just try to get rid of some of the peaks. Yeah, and then at night, see, this is like way late. Yeah, so it's saying we could use another flight or two away at night. Let's see, can we get a decent sized flight? We get 90. Yeah, there's a PM 150. Right? I think we can accept that. Let's see what happens if we put him. Right, let's see, did that. Nah, I think it just made that peak. So, like, when they're getting there at this time. Yeah, let's. Requires night arrival time slot. Yeah, see if we put this guy, like, say here. Yeah, oh yeah, look, we can leave that open. Yeah, look at the. Yeah, so what that's saying is maybe I could take. Yeah, see, the little flights don't move the needle nearly as much, do they? Look at that. That's going to be a peak 530. Well, we can move this back a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, I think we have a new goal. Let's go take care of the new goal. I mean, I don't. Look, we put another plane on. That wasn't really, but we found another weakness, right? So let's start playing forward. And that weakness is that we don't have the light rail. So let's come over here. And construction. I don't think it's in roads. I think it's in ops, right? Or structures. Ops. Utilities. I don't know. I haven't built light rail that much. How about all? How about we search light rail platform? Right, so we're allowed to have 3 of them. Yeah, I don't think they can go, like, we can't rotate these. I remember these kind of being kind of awkward. They just sort of, but yeah, so our drop-offs are going to be down this way. And then we'll do another one down here, right? I think these things are pretty darn expensive, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 194,000. That's all right, though. We got 2 of them in, right? I don't see that's needed more than that. And then we might be able to take advantage of the light rail, right? How long are these going to take to get built? Now, the problem is, too, look at our baggage is, or these are starting to get a little bit jammed up here. All right, let's just get this going. It shouldn't take too long, I don't think, to build those, right? Yeah, and then how do we got this built up here? Wrong way. All right, so now we got this whole area. So I want to build out more area before I start going nuts with things. And like I said, we want to get this traffic. We're definitely having a pattern problem here with our stairs, but I'm sort of feeling like I got 72 things I want to do all at once, and we don't really have that much money. But it would be nice to have the light rail. Let's go take a look. Does it count our light rail capability? Yeah, let's go back down the page, right? Keep an eye while we're doing this. Keep a little eye on our security and our ticketing. Let's come back into here. Yeah, it's not really. I don't think that that's changed at this point. Right? Like, not until we actually get the light rail built. Right, that's only on hourly. What if we did it every 30 minutes? Does that change? Nah, see, it didn't change it. So let's go back to. Oh, why did. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to change it because some of these things you can't change every so. Oh, there we go. Look, we got people dropped off. All right. So is this one done too? Yeah. So that should definitely change our capacity. Does it? Well, maybe it did, and I'm just not aware of it. I should have probably paid more attention to where we were at. Again, you guys can rewind if you're really curious. All right, well, let's see. I mean, then I guess I would want to do this. every 30 minutes. Right? There we go. That's what we wanted to see. All right, well, you know what? We're going to come back. This episode may or may not be short. I don't even know because of the breaks. I think we're about right. I'm going to pause it right here, and we are going to come back. Let me take a look at the airlines. Like, I'm not sure exactly how I'll make the episode, but let's try to get this up a little bit because I think we're going to still have problems with our ticketing. But that's definitely going to be kind of nice. So we will come back at the same time in the next episode, and we'll take a look at trying to get even more people through our airport. And the reason I'm paused too is you know, we'll try to do this before tomorrow like we were talking about. But I don't want to rush it so much. I keep pointing up here because I have a little timer up there that tells me that the last segment has been 13 minutes. But I don't know how many the other segments were at this point. So there you go. But I know it was close. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got our upstairs coming a little bit along, and we've got light rail transit platform, which is good. So that'll definitely increase the number of people getting in and out of here. Let's see if we can start maximizing it even further. All right, see you guys the next one. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Be safe. Bye-bye.